जब भी कोई कैरेक्टर भी आप प्ले करते हो आपको हमेशा उसको ग्रे फाइंड करना पड़ता है, आपको वो चीज़ें देखनी होती हैं जो वो नहीं दिखाना चाह रहा है.
She doesn't want the fancy mattress. She wants to still sleep on the floor. She doesn't want the. She likes accessories that are from her own space or her world, which she didn't have when she was younger, but not what urban people would want.
It was fun, but it was quite grilling because I would sit 4 hours at a stretch to do it, but it helps.
Hello people, my name is Reema Chhabda and you're watching OTTplay. Today joining us are Isha Talwar,
Hello.
Radhika Madan, Angira Dhar and the one and the only Homi Adajania.
Yeah, baby.
We call him Homi Saab.
Okay, Homi Saab. I'm
No,
sorry.
no,
guys.
no.
And these people are all set to bring a power-packed show, Saas, Bahu Aur Flamingo.
Where is it releasing?
Disney Plus Hotstar 5th में.
सबको रट्टा मार के लेकर आया.
तोते.
How are you guys doing?
अब हम वार्तालाप करेंगे.
हिंदी में और उर्दू में.
Oh, okay.
जारी रखिए.
I want to ask first question. I think सबने ही पूछा होगा.
जी.
मुझे लग रहा था YouTube का glitch है शायद, क्योंकि सास भी कभी भी होता का ट्यून बजे जा रहा था. मैंने 4 बार प्ले किया, फिर 4 लोगों को भेजा.
Confirm करना.
That was the intention.
और फिर मैंने शेयर भी कर दिया, लाइक भी करवा दिया.
Super. We love you, Reema. We love you.
Yeah.
What was the intention behind it?
I think it was such an iconic track, and the idea was to use the fact that it was an iconic track at one time, and I mean, it's still. That's why it is now.
Yeah.
A little tired. No, and the whole idea was to flip it on its head, yeah, which is what we did.
Okay.
That was what it was. That's it.
Okay. So I saw 2 episodes of the show, and Isha, I must say that there are a lot of fight sequences, but there's this one fight sequence that you are doing
No
in the first
spoilers.
episode.
No spoilers.
I'm just saying that it's so brutal. You'll understand it.
Oh,
I
that.
was shocked.
I was
looking at
also
it.
shocked when I was told.
How did you get?
But can you imagine how shocked that other guy was?
Yeah. Imagine his
Forget
state.
her. What is his state? Bichara?
Imagine my body double state.
Yeah.
Tough.
That was really intense. How did you get into this character?
I had to just sitting in Bombay get into it. I'm kidding. I had to leave Bombay. I had to go to a workshop.
You're not getting it.
He had told us, he had given us extensive
Yeah.
information on the character, prepared a dialect and a little bit of action training. Yeah,
Yeah.
easy peasy. Yeah,
Easy
sure.
on Sunday morning.
easy.
It looked
Yeah.
easy on you though.
Very easy in the desert. Good fun.
Radhika, I think multi-starrer has become your USP now. Every time you do a multi-starrer, your character also shines very brightly. I still remember watching you in Kutte recently. Loved the character.
Thank you.
And here also. Why are you behind such guys who are so, you know, where the relationship gets very complicated?
Oh.
And is this the case in the, you know, real life also?
No, I hope not. Yeah, but यार लाइफ के अंदर भी तो देख ले, nobody is black or white ना.
Right.
क्रेज में आप खेलते हो ना, तो जब भी कोई कैरेक्टर भी आप प्ले करते हो आपको हमेशा उसको ग्रे फाइंड करना पड़ता है, आपको वो चीज़ें देखनी होती हैं जो वो नहीं दिखाना चाह रहा है, और अगर आप वो चीज़ ऑडियंस को दिखा सकते हैं, आई थिंक वही आपकी जीत होती है.
ये पूरा शो ग्रे है. हाँ.
So ये पूरा
2 एपिसोड से समझ में आ गया कब क्या हो रहा है, समझ नहीं आ रहा है भाई साहब.
पूरा ग्रे.
आगे आगे देखो होता है क्या.
कहाँ से कौन मर जाएगा, डर लग रहा है.
क्लिफहैंगर पे क्लिफहैंगर पे क्लिफहैंगर.
आप किसी को लाइक भी नहीं कर सकते हो क्योंकि आप इस कैरेक्टर को प्यार करने लगोगे और पता नहीं कभी मर गया तो, इसलिए it's
या
like,
मार
अच्छा,
दिया
ठीक है,
तो?
ठीक है चल रहा है.
या मार दिया तो.
Right. Angira, a women character.
Right here.
She was so
Angira was just like.
lost. She was so lost.
No, I was not.
No.
No, that's my face.
And the pattern has been the question is never reaching her.
Yeah.
By the time it reaches, it sort of peters off.
So whenever we talk about women characters, they are really deeply written, and we all can agree to the fact that every woman thinks really differently. Although the conclusion might be same, but हम लोगों का जो process होता है वो सबका अपना तरीका होता है. So when you got to know about this character, did you also give your bits to it, and did you try to change some things about your character?
When I was given this character,
Yeah, the script, when you got the script, yeah.
when we discussed Kajal, Homi basically said that I want you to go back home. We had a complete he has a very vivid. How do I put it? He knows his characters. He just knows them. So he had downloaded all of that information onto me, and then he said, "Go back home, sit, think about it, and then let's chat."
Okay.
So yes, we did have a conversation. We kept bouncing off. Acha, Kajal might do this. Would she do this?
Okay.
Would she? So because he had such a clear understanding of what he wants out of Kajal, it got easier for me to sort of portray it and embody it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that it really helped because he has clarity. It's as
Right,
simple as
right.
that.
So talking about characters, as she said, Homi,
Yeah.
if you're listening.
I am. I'm with you. I'm with you, Reema. I'm with you.
So there are very small details in the show, like for example, these are all in a chota sa gaon. Their rehan sehn also
They're
is
not
the
even
same.
in a gaon.
It's a desert.
They sort of are on the borderlands, far
Yeah,
away from
and
the
they're
closest
also,
gaon.
they're also wearing all the traditional clothes and stuff. But then, you know, Dimple's character, she is also wearing a smart watch in her hand. So she is also aware of the technology around her. ऐसा नहीं है कि बस, you know, सिर्फ लड़ाइयाँ करे जा रहे हैं. So
But that's
how
what I love
did
about
you-
these women. They're sitting on a 500 crore empire. They're extremely sort of well exposed to the world. Shanta is someone who has studied in France.
Yeah.
Bijli is someone who is the distributor who
Spain.
spends time in Spain, in the urban cities. Poor Kajal is the only one who runs the floor. And she's a people's person.
daughter of the
she's
soil.
fierce. She's quite the salt of the earth.
Daughter of the soil.
Daughter of the desert.
But the
she
fact is that they all are very well exposed, but material wealth doesn't mean they have to subscribe to what we consider in urban places to be
Right.
successful or what attracts us. They have a simplicity. In fact, even her Savitri's, even though she's on her sat phones and she's got her Apple watches and she's got the technology and she's pretty much got a CCTV view of her entire
Yes.
kingdom. She doesn't want the fancy mattress. She wants to still sleep on the floor. She doesn't want she likes accessories that are from her own space or her world, which she didn't have when she was younger, but not what urban people would want.
Right.
You know, so it's not that she would want the designer bag, for example.
Right.
Whereas maybe Ashanta would because she was influenced by her travels abroad. But so in that sense, yeah, they're very rooted in where this is their world and this is what they will die to protect. And they don't want to be anyone else. They don't want to be accepted by outside society.
Right.
In fact, there's one scene, where I think Savitri says that what the hell will people in the cities ever understand of what our lives are about?
True.
How will they understand what our struggle is about? So they can judge us for all we care,
Right.
but they won't have the balls to come into our kingdom because then
Yeah.
they'll have to live by our rules.
Right.
And
That's
believe
badass.
me, it's lawless. In their kingdom, it's lawless.
Of course. Okay, my last question is to you guys. The dialect, obviously, I know everyone is going to talk about it, and we obviously do not talk like this.
Correct.
How difficult was it to get into it, and was it a pain in the ass कि अरे यार ये क्या मतलब कैसे समझ में आएगा और ऊपर से आपके इतने pretty faces पे उसको सूट भी कराना है and it's literally suiting it. How did you do it?
मुझे थोड़ा डर था कि वो कैरिकेचरिश ना हो बिकॉज यूजली आप डायलेक्ट पिकअप करते हो थोड़ा सा रिस्क होता है उसके
Right.
अंदर बिकॉज वो नेचुरल साउंड करना चाहिए वरना आप बहुत बड़े गधे लगते हो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे
वरना एक एपिसोड में डिसाइड कर लेते हो कि ये कैरेक्टर हमको पसंद नहीं आ रहा है.
आप इंस्टिंक्टिवली आप डिस्कनेक्ट बिकॉज अगर भाषा
Yes.
ठीक नहीं है तो फिर वो बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है
Yeah.
तो ऑब्वियसली हमारे लिए एक डायलेक्ट कोच रखे गए थे एक छोटा स्वीट सा लड़का है विजय खुद
Okay.
एक्टर है उसने हमें सिखाया तो बहुत प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ी थी ताकि वो नेचुरल लगे और ऐसे नहीं लगे कि बम्बई की लड़कियाँ यू नो
I think what the challenge was that we created the dialect.
Yeah.
It's not a dialect from a specific place.
Correct.
Oh.
So it was a blend of about 5-6 different ways of speaking from different areas, and the idea was to make sure that a Hindi-speaking audience will understand it, so it shouldn't become difficult
bhi
to
nahi,
understand. And obviously there'll be degrees of dialect. Like a Savitri, who's Dimple's character, will have a very strong dialect, whereas a Shanta, who has been more exposed, a Kajal, who's not from that region,
Yeah.
Bijli, who's from the region but has now been again exposed to urban life, and so there were degrees of dialect which these guys had to catch on and then keep consistent through and through.
Right, right.
So I guess that was their challenge.
Correct.
I couldn't understand what the hell they were saying.
And a
through
lot
it.
of reruns of the dialogues with the dialect coach. It was fun, but it was quite grilling because I would sit 4 hours at a stretch to do it, but it helps. But yeah, like after a while it felt like I almost felt like I'm learning it like a song, so I had to give it a break. I had to, like I said, okay, let's just like for one day let's not do this and then come back to it.
But it's really bizarre because for the first time you were actually dependent on the other characters, like especially for me. So I love dialects. So so sometimes when
Same
I used
here.
to
Right.
yes, of course. So sometimes when you used to catch a line, the dialect coach used to tell me that hey, you're speaking like a Bijli or a Kajal. You can't.
Oh, okay.
You can't. So we had to refine it. So it was so different because the language is the same, but if you listen really carefully, Bijli sounds different from Kajal, Kajal sounds different from Shanta, Shanta sounds different from Savitri, as Homi said. So it's really a minute detail which we didn't let go of. Like we could have just said that hey, it's a fictitious dialect, jo bolne hai karo.
How can we let go of it? Have you met him?
that is what I was coming at. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't let go of the smallest things which are like मुश्किल हो रही है ना बच्चे कर लेते हैं ना कुछ और दे do it tone different होगी smooth निकलेगा या harsh निकलेगा एक detail भूमि ध्यान में रखता है.
Amazing. Homi, my last question is to you, Homi Sahab.
No, yeah.
Saas, Bahu Aur Flamingo was always meant to be an OTT show.
I think Saas, Bahu Aur Flamingo was meant. I mean, I guess I didn't even think of it that way, but it was supposed to be initially the idea was to make it into a film.
Okay.
But then it suddenly started becoming so convoluted along the way, and it started becoming a little animal of its own. And it just, by the time we decided to make a web series, it was the one to make.
Okay.
So when Dinesh Vijan came to me and said, let's do a web series, I want to push the Maddox brand out, and I want this to be like our first big mainstay web series. I said there's no better story to tell than this one.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you all for your time.
Super, thank you.